news, views, and reviews. Make sure that you find us on all our social media platforms and join us on our YouTube channel live stream www.com/QatarBF. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you will not miss any of our basketball action. Coming to you live, of course, from Qatar. This is round 6, game 21 of 36. The Al Shamal and the Al Rayan club both will appear very shortly. Al Shamal is coming off a narrow win against the Al Ahli 86-85. They have played 4 matches and won 3 of those matches and find themselves on equal place on the competition table in third. And sorry, they find themselves in third place on the competition table with Al Wakra. Al Rayan, on the other hand, they are coming off another loss. They lost to the Qatar Sports Club 80-69. They have played 5 matches with 5 losses and find themselves at the bottom of the competition table. There are 9 clubs, of course, competing in the National League. This is the Premier National Basketball League, all vying to make history this year and winning the championship. Of course, most clubs have been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, they are slowly recovering and players and teams are getting back into their rhythm. Currently, Garafa sit on top of the competition table. They are the only team that remain undefeated. 4 wins from 4 matches. Al Arabi, they are 4 from 5. Al Shamal, who's appearing tonight, 3 from 1. Al Wakra, 3 from 1. Then you've got Al Sad, the Qatar Sports Club, Al Ahli, Al Khor, and Al Rayan. Make sure you stay with us. Immediately after this match at 7 p.m, Al Ahli, they will face Al Wakra, who will be trying to overtake Al Shamal, who both sitting on that third place on the competition table. Round 6 will see 4 matches. Al Arabi up against the Qatar Sports Club. Al Sad against Al Gharafa. Al Rayan will face Al Shamal. This is the match we're covering here tonight. And immediately after this, as I said earlier, Al Ahli will face the Wakra club. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our wonderful partners and sponsors, the Qatar Olympic Committee, Qatar 2022, Discover Qatar, McDonald's, Qatar Living, Al-Kas, a broadcast partner, and of course our local publisher, Al Watan newspaper. COVID-19 restrictions are still in place for the safety of all present, and it is paramount that you and anybody in the stadium maintain their social distancing whilst seated and try not to move around. As the hura sounds, Al Rayan in their black and gold trimming, they will be up against the Al Shamal club in the traditional red and white stripes. The starting lineup for both teams: Al Rayan, you've got Musa Abdul Halim, number 1, number 6, Omar Al Khanji, Mehyo Harich, number 12, number 17, Taveron Nix, and 21, Hani Arif. For the Al Shamal, number 1, Omar Hamid, number 8, Wa'il Arakji, number 10, Faris Avdic, 15, Omar Salim, number 17, Mikhail Bereshvili. So as both teams get the last instructions from their coaches and photos, of course, of the umpires being conducted in the middle of the court by the QBF photographer, Mr. Patrick Malone. And that's Patrick Malone taking a snap of myself in the studio. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Umpires make their way to centre court, waiting for the teams to march on. And there's the final to start the match. So Faris Advich is back in the lineup for Al Shamal. Al Shamal have been playing a very depleted side, with five players since the beginning of the season. They have recruited some younger players at this time around. They've got some of their juniors on the bench to help them have a rest. Rayan will be running from right to left in the black and gold trimmings, while the Shamal club will be running from left to right in the red, white and grey stripes. Al-Kanji to Arif. Arif finds Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim, a former US player, played in the United States. Rayan couldn't do anything with it as Ragji comes away with it, and he's got that dangerous look, and the play again comes out wide. Finds Avic had given it to Omar, and Omar back to Avic. And Musa Abdul Halim for Rayan telling his players, cool it down a bit. We don't need that sort of play at this stage of the match. Less than 1 minute gone. Ragji posts the first 3 points on the board for his team. Arif. Haracic. Arif. Al-Khanji. Haracic. And a scoop from underneath makes it 5-0 to Shamal. 8:22 left on the clock. And a bad pass gone the wrong way. Bereshvili. Supported by Faris Avdic. 7-0. And now Rayan through the giant Mehyo Haric post their first points on the board as well. Finds Avic, who finds the basket, of course, at 9-2, 7:38 left on the clock. It's Rayan now through their number 17, Nix, and he makes sure of it. 9-4. Aragji. Ragji takes on the defense himself, looks outside and finds Amr Salim with a 3-pointer. Hits the steal and rolls away. Back in the hands of Ragji. Amr now comes in to give him a hand. Ragji takes on the defense, finds a nice gap in the form of Hamid. Another 3-pointers for Al Shamal, 12-4. 12-4, 6:40 left on the clock. Aragji. Salim makes it look nice and easy from underneath the rim. And that's the first time out. And with that, the first time out of the match. 6:31 left on the clock. (6:31). 14-4. We've got 2 fouls to Rayan. So the lineup looking kind of strong for the Al Shamal team where they left off last week. They had a narrow win against the Al Ahli club, 86-85. It was a super match. And today they faced the Rayan club, who sit at the bottom of the table. Don't go anywhere. Very shortly, I will be joined with one of Qatar's finest commentators, Mr. Ashraf Tawfiq. He'll be with me very shortly.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Welcome to you, Mr. Ashraf.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا بيك وأهلا بأعزائي المشاهدين قناة الاتحاد القطري في كل مكان ومباراة الشمال وريان. Good luck, Sam. وإن شاء الله listen to you. After that, I can talk at time out إن شاء الله.
You can talk anytime you want. Thank you, Ashraf. Thank you for your company.
شكرا لك. Thank you, حبيبي.
It's a pleasure to have you next to me here.
عندي me too. Thank you.
So Ashraf, the Al Shamal club at 14-4. It's not a good start for Rayan, who are currently sitting on the bottom of the table.
we can يعني احنا نقدر نقول البدايه قويه للشمال مش سيئه للريان، لان الشمال اكثر تركيز اكتمال بنش البدلاء النهارده لاول مره بنشوف 5 بلايرز موجودين اكسترا، وبرغم انا شايف وائل يعني يمكن في اصابه في رجله او حاجه، لكن نحب نستمتع باللقاء. وتفضل سام نسمعك ونسمع اللقاء ان شاء الله.
That's right. Al Shamal, for the first time, they've got beyond 5 players. They've grabbed some of their juniors, they put them on the bench. They do have an injury in the form of Abdul Qassar. He's got some injury to his one of his legs. As Omar looks for a 3-pointer for Al Shamal club. It hits the rim, bounces away. Now it's Nix. Nix finds Al-Kanji. Al-Kanji to Haraj. He's given it to Arif. Arif back to Nix. Nix to Al-Kanji for a 3-pointer, and it's there. 14-6, 5:48 on the clock. Al Shamal to Berejveli. Back to Berejveli. Working under the rim. It goes himself. Missed the glass altogether. Musa Abdul Halim trying to calm his team down, trying to use all that experience that he has that when he played with the United States, when he played over in America. Al-Kanji waiting for the 3-pointer, unsuccessful. And they need Abdul Halim to stay in touch throughout the whole match. He needs to calm them down, settle their play, follow their patterns, as he said to me earlier in the match. Aragji, he finds a Hamid. From Edvich back to Aragji.
صحوة أعزائي المشاهدين، صحوة لفريق الريان بعد التايم اوت اللي طلبه الكوتش إيريك. عاد بعدها فريق الريان سجل عن طريق عمر خانجي تصويبة بعيدة لكن بنقطتين لتصبح النتيجة 14 شمال سد ريان، رغم اكتمال فريق الشمال بوجود فارس افيديتش لاعب المنتخب في التشكيلة الرئيسية، ووجود 4 لبنش البدلاء. خطأ أول على عمر وموسى عبد العليم النجم على التصويب.
Abdul Halim to extend or to narrow the score, unsuccessful with his first throw. What can he do with his second one? It's 14-6 at 4:44 left on the clock. 4 on the clock. Abdul Halim makes sure of the second one at 14-7. Aragji now. directing his players. That finds the gap up the middle, goes himself, and it's there off the glass. Musa Abdul Halim now. Nix. Al-Kanji. Al-Kanji. Arif. Harich. And he pushes his way through. 16-9, 4:05 left on the clock. There's the Rayan coach giving them instructions from the sideline. Welcome back, Faris Advich. What a way to come back with a 3-pointer, 19-9, 3:48 left on the clock.
بالفعل لعودة فارس زي ما قلت، ودفاع الزون ديفنس لفريق الريان سمح بسماحية للتصويب، والفريقين عندهم فرصة للتصويب. وادي بالفعل هنا هاني عارف اللاعب المميز أصبح رمانة ميزان لفريق الريان، وهنا عراقجي فارس اللي فايق، الكومبينيشن ما بينهم، الكومبينيشن ومرة جديدة. وادي وائل برضو زي ما كنت بقول تصويبات سمحت لفريق اتفتح تصويبات على القوس نتيجة دفاع المنطقة من الريان، خلى هنا التصويبات مع التفاهم وعمارة من جديد. سام.
Arif now for Rayan. Back to Al-Kanji. Nix tries to take them on. There's an understanding between Musa and Harich. So Nix to add some points on the board, 2:49 on the clock. And 1 from 1 for him so far, 22-10. Make that 22-11, double the scores. You see the Shamal club walking back. They're not running back, they're walking back, trying to conserve their energy. As another 3-pointer for Mr. Faris. 2:32 on the clock, 25 that plays 11. Abdul Alim. Mahia couldn't hold on to the ball. Straight back in the hands of Arakji. Arakji finds Amr out wide. Kassar is back on. Okay, so Kassar is back on. They told me he wasn't going to be on.
Substitution with Faris Abedic.
So,
Faris Abedic.
Thank you for that, Mr. Ashraf.
Welcome.
As next.
أقل من دقيقتين أعزائي المشاهدين، 25 شمال 11 ريان في بداية الجولة السادسة. أعزائي المشاهدين، المنحنى الأخير، النهايات للدور الأول، بفاصل من التصويبات ما بين ميشا وفارس وعمارة. الجميع يصوب، الجميع يسجل من الشمال. كابتن حسن بيوزع المجهود، خرج فارس ونزل الخبرة الكسار لتوزيع المجهود، وهنشوف ولا زال التقدم بالدبل سكور للشمال أمام الريان.
Ragji now, he finds Kassar. Kassar back to Berejveli. Goes for the 3-pointers, unsuccessful. Musa Abdul Halim comes away with the ball. Now he goes for a 3-pointer from out wide. Unsuccessful as well underneath. And a second attempt from Mehio. Just couldn't find the rim. As Rayan now. Again. We'll get a chance. Deep. Musa hits the rim. Mahia also hits the rim. Aragji. Aragji directing the injured Kassar to get into there, and it's been picked up on a loose ball. Mahio's picked up the loose ball. He doesn't need anybody. No one's home. Slams dunks that one. 18 seconds left on the clock. 25-15.
20-15 الثواني الأخيرة. نختتم معكم الفترة الأولى بعد ديفنس. طبعا وائل طلب بيه بفاول، لكن وفعلا كان يعني فيها شبه فاول، لكن في الأخير الكرة لمصلحة الشمال والتصويبة في آخر ثواني. إذن أعزائي المشاهدين تقدم بالمجهود القليل. الشمال يتقدم ب 25 نقطة مقابل 15 ريان في أولى المباريات التي نرى فيها بنش موجود للشمال. سام.
25-15 Al Shamal lead at the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter. They have been sensational, I guess, Ashraf, in their performance. Al Shamal haven't done anything wrong, but they're taking the game so easy and so relaxed.
شور سام المباراة بشكل سهل طبعا. احنا شايفين ان الشمال بيلعب بمجهود، يعني حتى كابتن حسن بيوزع مجهود اللاعبين، والنتيجة 25-15 ده دليل ان هو بأقل مجهود. وشفنا كذا حد يعني تبديلات، ولكن لظروف طبعا نادي الريان. نادي الريان كلنا نعلم ظروف نادي الريان، انتقال اهم 3 أو 2 لاعبين مع في اصابه. اللي ميزو اهم واحد في الفريق او كابتن الفريق عمل عمليه، نتمنى له الشفاء وهو كابتن المنتخب الوطني. لكن الشمال حتى الان متقدم. بالنسبه للدوري مباراه مهمه بالنسبه للشمال، لان الدوري القطري هذا الموسم او حتى هذه اللحظه عباره عن لايرز او جروبز. الجروب الاول اللي هو في الغرافه العربي، غرافه عربي، وطبعا الوكره، دول الثلاثي اللي هم متقدمين في الترتيب حتى الان. يجي اللاير الثاني اللي هو اقرب الفرق للدخول المربع، المنافسه ما بين السد ووراه الشمال. دول الفريقين اللي اقرب فريقين لفرقه منهم تدخل المربع مع الثلاثه. يجي بعدهم بمسافه ابعد الاهلي وقطر. مهمتهم اصبحت صعبه، ونقدر نقول في منتهى الصعوبه، يعني عايزه مجهود لكن مش مستحيله. ما فيش حاجه اسمها مستحيل في الباسكت بول، واحنا لسه في الدور الاول. اهلي وقطر عندهم الامال، حقهم طالما في تشانس لو كسب اغلب مبارياته حتى الفرقه قويه يدخل يبقى ليه حقه. الخور والريان هم بعيد عن الحزب، يبقى هم دول الفرق، غرافه والوكره والعربي، ووراهم شمال وسد بيبحثوا عن المركز. ويجي بعد كده السد والاهلي وقطر على امل صعب، وفي الاخير الخور والريان. وهنشوف الايام اللي جايه ان شاء الله والبطولات، وهنستمتع معك بالتعليق على الفتره الثانيه. كابتن سام ريكو منور القناه، وعارف انك بتعرف عربي كويس لكن بتتكلم انجليزي طبعا لغتك الاصليه، لكن انت اندرستاند عربي كويس انا عارف. يا شور. ويلكم سام. لا يا اي نو يلا جود لك حبيبي.
Thank you. So as we start the second quarter, thank you, Captain Ashraf, for that wonderful analysis of the competition table. 25 at place 15, Al Shamal through Faris. Faris just come back from injuries. And this is the first time Captain Ashraf أول مرة يعني بالبطولة بنشوف الشمال
بنش
عندهم بنش.
صحيح، ومتواجد انتقل ليهم لاعب من القطريين بجانب لاعبي فريق الشباب بعد القرار المميز لإدارة الاتحاد وللجنة المسابقات بالاستعانة بلاعبي الشباب مهما كان، يعني إذا كان اللاعبين المقيمين أو مهما تحت أي مسمى، ذلك لاستفادة بلاعبين الشمال نظرا لتأجيل دوري الشباب، وفي نفس الوقت للخبرات هنا في الدوري الأولى ادى فرصة لفريق الشمال الاستعانة بلاعبي الشباب. ميهو في المتابعة عراقجي، ومرة أخرى رايح عراقجي وكمل وخد الفاول ورميتين حرتين من عمر خنجي ووائل على التصويب.
And turning the attack into defense or defense into attack. The Musa Abdul Halimi had a great opportunity down the other side, the other end of the court. However, it was unsuccessful. It was quickly taken by Aragji, who finds himself now looking to add some points on the scoreboard after receiving a foul. 26 at 15. less than a minute gone in the second quarter. Make that 27-15 as Abdul Alim comes away with the ball. Got some results. From the first quarter. The top scorers for the Rayan club, Mehyo, is on 6 points. Faris and Abdul and Avdic, 7-7 and 6 for Baraj Valley. Wael also on 6 top scorers for the Shamal club. Captain Ashraf, you want to look at those statistics and share them with our Arabic viewers?
اوكي. من الملحوظه الكبيره يا كابتن سام، رغم تفوق الشمال لكن من الفاست بريك زي ما شفنا دلوقتي الريان سجل 5 نقاط، يعني تلت سكوره في الفتره الاولى من الفاست بريك. اذا زي اللي هنشوفها دلوقتي وزي السله اللي قبل دي، اذا الترانزيشن لمصلحه الريان اهو تاني نفس الكلام. سجلوا في الشوط الاول تلت سكورهم او اكتر، يعني قرابه نصف السكور، وهنا 4 نقاط متتاليه. ترانزيشن جيد من لاعبي الريان والانتقال. اذا لازم الشمال يعتني بهذه النقطه. عراقجي المره دي دخل والكيك اوت. ميشا بوم، ميشا الليله ليله ميشا، هو هداف حتى الان للفريقين. اعزائي المشاهدين، ميشا لاعب منتخب جورجيا ويحمل رقم 17. ميهو لسه ما ظبطش، والكرة للشمال والتقدم للشمال.
32 الشمال, they lead the Rayan club. 7:22 left on the clock. 32-19 Al Shamal now through Salim, looking for the 3-pointers with a jump shot, not quite there. Abdul Halim now. He looks to slow things down, trying to calm his team composed, trying to keep them composed. The most experienced player out there at the moment. Finds himself with the ball going for the 3-pointer. Lands a little bit short in the hands of Baraj Valley. Baraj Valley looking for Arakji. Arakji gives it back to Baraj Valley, who finds Kossar. Kossar brings it back down this end to Baraj Valley.
روعة ولعبة رائعة.
Great hands. The whole team probably
صحيح. جميع اللاعبين الكرة لفت على الكل وسط سعادة من كابتن حسن. بيبقى المدرب أسعد ما يكون للعبة زي دي. شغله بيظهر، طريقة والأداء الجماعي زي ما قلت في البداية، هي اللعب الجماعي يظهر للمرة الأولى مع الشمال الليلة.
And Arif grabs 2 points for the Rayan club as they trail 35-21.
مش ممكن ميشا. صحيح مش معقول ميشا، مش معقول. على طول النهارده غير عادي، مظبط الدنيا، مصوب وشايف ثقة. عودة كبيرة لميشا لفريق الشمال.
38-21 Al Shamal leading. Arif was looking for a 3-pointer, couldn't quite get it as Arakji comes away with it. He finds Baraj Valley looking for another 3-pointer. Not this time. Abdul Alim comes away with it very fast. He's going himself. He takes on the defense, hits the glass, finds himself on the ground. It's been picked up by Nix, and Nix grabs 2 points for the Al Rayan club. 5:26, 38-23.
المباراة تتخذ شكل سريع جدا. الشمال 38، الريان 23. مباراة أعتقد إنها سريعة جيدة. لسه عراقجي بيوزع مجهود وبيوزع اللعب وبيلعب كده على ماله. حتى شوف بعد الفاول بيلعب، عارف بقى يعمل ايه. اكتسب التالنت بتاع الدوري، تالنت المباريات. وائل تبديل جديد، من زمان ما شفناش التبديلات في فريق الشمال. نزول لعمر بديلا لقصار، وهناك فارس افيديتش، هناك سعيد على بنش التبديل. لاعب رائع مميز في الشباب. ان شاء الله هنستمتع بهؤلاء اللاعبين وهنشوفهم. ومره جديده وعراقجي كيك اوت، لفت المره دي لعماره، كورنر مكانه لكن تطلع بره.
Salim's shot bounces out of the rim as Nix comes away with it. He finds Al-Kanji goes himself, the little man.
رائع عمر طبعا.
38-25 the score is narrowed.
رائع عمر الخنجي، يخترق، خلاص اكتسب خبرات مكسب انتقال عبد العزيز وعبد الرحمن هو عمر الخنجي وهاني. كل يوم كل مباراة بيزيد مستواهم وبيرتقي لاعبين هؤلاء الشباب. اللي هو هاني ده، هاني 1 on 3 ما كانش عنده هذه الثقة، لكن فارس أفيديتش بالفعل على طول فارس أفيديتش نازل من على البنش عاوز يثبت وجوده، وإيزي بلوك شوت والكرة لمصلحة فريق الريان.
نعم. Mahio loses the ball in the hands of Arakji. Arakji now takes on the defense himself. A nice swing with the left hand, unsuccessful. Still comes away with Berishvili. Back to Arakji. There's a second go at it. Hits the glass. Not quite there. Arif.
الله في وسطه. نايس باس. أداء رائع.
And a timeout. Good vision, good sight.
Good assist من هاني. فعلا هاني عمل اسيست جميل، اسيست رائع لميهو المتسلل خلف خطوط مش مركزه في الدفاع. وائل عراقجي حب يوفر مجهوده، بس انا شايف ان وائل النهارده يعني شايف الفرقه بتلعب فبيلعب الفريق، لسه ما ركزش وما رجعش للقاء، منتظرين منه كتير. الشمال 38 الريان 27. مش هتفرق مع وائل كتير ان هو الفرقه يعمل ايه قد ما بفرقه مع خبرات وائل ان الفرقه تاخد الاثنين بوينت، نتيجه ان كل فريق بيلعب مباراتين في الاسبوع تحت ضغط وكانوا بيلعبوا 5 لاعبين، فتوزيع المجهود مش هيفرق معاه في حاجه. وائل النهارده جنبه ميشا 15 بوينت بعد ربع المباراه. معنى كده ان هو فايق. لكن تحيه لفريق الريان امام الشمال اللي حتى هذه اللحظه هو حامل لقب بطوله الدوري، والريان عامل مباراه. عناصر الشباب عنده رائعه، عنده ثلاثي اسام، عنده عمر الخنجي وعنده هاني شباب بره، وعنده ميهو لاعب المنتخب تحت السله. الثلاثه انا شايفهم بيلعبوا باداء يعني مش عايزين نقول افضل من الاثنين محترفين، لكن على الاقل هؤلاء اللاعبين الثلاثه الريان بصراحه مدين اداء النهارده يعتبر من افضل المباريات اللي لعبوها حتى الان، نظرا لقوه الخصم فريق الشمال. اقل من 4 دقائق ومعك الكلمه سام، تفضل.
Thank you very much. 3:48 left on the clock in the second quarter. 38-27 Al Shamal, they lead the Rayan club. Salem finds himself giving the ball back to the Rayan team. They will bring it out through their number 21, Hani Arif. Arif, of course, Captain Ashraf was speaking about his performance. He's playing very well, and so is too Al Kanji, outplaying their national players.
بالفعل ميهو دخل تحت حراسة عمارة، دخل الايزي لياب وقلص الفارق. المباراة تاخد مفترق طرق جديد، وهنشوف حسب الهجمتين دول هنعرف هل رايحة للإيكوال جيم ولا هيعود الشمال. وهنا خطأ شخصي نتيجة دفاع بطريقة غير قانونية من رقم 7 محترف فريق نادي الريان على عمارة، ووائل عراقجي على إدخال الكرة.
And a foul from Nix, the Rayan player. As a result, Shamal now with the ball through the number 17, Berishvili goes for the 3 points and he makes it. It looks easy. بيعملها بسهولة.
بالضبط بسهولة. بالفعل سام التصويبة بيلعب ايزي باسكت.
صح. Aragji takes the ball, takes on the defense and is being knocked out of his hands. He will get another chance though. Aragji, he finds Berishvili. No, he doesn't. He finds Omar now back to Berishvili. Berishvili, the Georgian national player. Qassar! And he gets an applause from the bench. He is قصار كان ملك ال3 points.
طبعا عبد القادر القصار اون فاير، دايما خبرات كبيره. وهنا ما كملتش.
الأرض ده.
عرفت ازاي؟ بقول لك يا سام، هو عنده خبرات كبيره. اللي عمله دلوقتي في الديفنس هو التمركز، واكبر اللاعب اللي يعمل اوفنسيف فاول. كنت بحكي لك عبد القادر القصار لمسات صغيره تثبت انه لاعب من العيار الثقيل. والخطا الثالث على هاني عارف لازم يغيروا الكوتش عشان دخل في الترابل فاول علشان حفاظ عليه. هنا الخبرات بتظهر، وعبد القادر يحصل على خطأ، وعاد الشمال إلى الأمام.
Hani Arif has been replaced at the number 21 for his third foul.
لسه ميشا بيعمل كل حاجة النهارده.
As Berridge Valley adds 2 more points to the scoreboard, 46-29, 1:48 left on the clock. You are watching Rayan and Al Shamal. This is the Qatar Basketball National League. Number 3, Abdul Aziz Al Naeem posts his first points for his team. 46 plays 29, 135 left on the clock. Arakji comes away with the ball. He finds Berridge Valley. Berridge Valley finds Hamed Omar. Hits the rim and bounces back out. Al-Khanji. Khanji, one of the smallest players, but the biggest hearts as Mehyo looks for the 3 pointers, not successful. Abdul Kassar finds Arakji. Abdul Kassar هنشوفه عم يارش.
مصاب يعني إصابة خفيفة.
نعم.
وائل
over the head. فنان.
وائل طبعا وائل علاءجي أكتر من بيلعب يعرف يحصل على الأخطاء.
نعم.
هو بيقول أنا كنت في حالة تصويب، وبالفعل احتسب لي رميتين حرتين.
نعم.
حتى خطوات الليب لوائل يعني عارف يعمل ايه. لقى الفرق كبير جدا، قرابه ال20 بوينت، والفرقه بتلعب حواليه، فما بيعورش نفسه زي ما بيقولوها بالبلدي. عنده مباريات ناريه، 3 مباريات هي الاهم للشمال، ال3 جولات القادمه من اجل المحافظه على الحظوظ للدخول المربع مع الغرافه مع العربي مع الوكره في منافسه شرسه مع السد، وينتظر من بعيد كالعاده الاهلي وقطر. لكن الشمال بيلعب 3 مباريات في منتهى الصعوبه. دقيقه اخيره لك الكلمه سام، اتفضل.
عمر for Rayan finds Mehyo for the 3-pointer, dances around the rim and gets knocked out. Arakji.
خل 25 ثانية أعزائي المشاهدين، 25 ثانية، والمحاولات والتصويبة ب3 نقاط.
Unsuccessful.
بالفعل 15 ثانية أعزائي المشاهدين.
Comes away with the ball. He's only got seconds left to post and he slams that one in.
وخطأ شخصي وأند وان بطريقة، طبعا ميشا بيقول إن هو شاط بعدها، لكن قرار الحكم انها سله محتسبه اند 1. 10 ثواني خطا اول على ميشا لاعب المنتخب الجورجي المميز، وتقليص للفارق، و10 ثواني خلاص ونصل لمنتصف اللقاء.
47 plays at 32 or 7 seconds on the clock. Arakji takes him on. He finds that Berridge Valley from 3.
خلص هذا الشوط مع صافرة نهاية الشوط الأول أو الفترة الثانية. 50 شمال 32 ريان. لا تذهبوا بعيدا، معكم سام وتاسوس وسام لتحليل أعزائي المشاهدين ما بين الشوطين. وشكرا سام، وإن شاء الله أرجع لك في الفترة الثالثة والرابعة.
شكرا لك كابتن أشرف توفيق, of course, one of Qatar's most prominent Arabic commentators. He's also a commentator on Al-Kas. So to have him in the studio with us, to learn from his professionalism is dearly admired. Thank you.
I am also very thank you. شكرا سام. أنا اللي سعيد بتواجدي معك.
Thank you. So the score at halftime, the score has disappeared. Lucky I wrote it down. 50-35. The score, Al Shamal, they lead a Rayan team. Captain Tassus will be joining us very shortly. He's coming in with the halftime analysis, give us his expertise on the match and other matches that will be played. Make sure that you do stay with us after this match at 7 p.m. Al Ahli will face Al Wakra. Al Wakra currently they are sitting in third place with Shamal. Shamal on for and against currently on top of them. However, tonight's matches and for and against for and against will decide which team will be in which team will be above the other. I don't see either team, Wakra or Shamal, losing tonight. However, the big test will be in the coming 3 weeks, where Al Shamal will face the three strongest teams, Al Gharafa, Al Arabi, and Al Wakra, all consecutively one another. So we want to bring in, of course, our national team manager and trivia expert, Anastasios, otherwise known as Tasus Mogoulas. Tasus, thank you for joining us. I don't know how much of the last 2 quarters you've watched, but it's Al Shamal leading easily, 50-35. They are not putting a lot of effort into it. They are resting. They've got some injuries. For the first time, we see they've got a bench.
It's nice to be here with you again, Sam. The greatest news for Coach Hassan was that having Faris Havdic back. So with him coming back, it means that already you have a 6-player unit in a very good level. And you see already Faris Havdic with 7 points in the first half. Gave them, and his defense and his presence and his experience, even if he cannot go 40 minutes, he gave them the extra push they needed. And as a result, you see Misa Berisvili can shoot more and Araxi can pass more. It changes everything for the game. So far it is, as you said, the addition of one player, and even psychologically correct. They had also bring some kids from their under-17 team. It's psychologically good for the players to see that, okay, even if it's not like a superstar on the bench or a national team player like Mir Muikic, for example, there is somebody who at least for 1 minute, for 30 seconds can sub me to put a sticker on my...
Someone. I see Abdul Kassar has been interchanging with Faris Edvich.
Correct.
Abdul Kassar is also suffering a leg injury. Mm-hmm. So he told me earlier on that he was out of the tonight's match, but I saw him back on. So obviously Faris is also not to full strength. I take it from what's going on.
He is not. He has a back situation. He got hit in the last game of the national team, so he will need some time to recover. And already he missed the first 2 weeks. So now he's going to go progressively, but this is what they need from him right now. It's 20 minutes in these games. He will play, I guess, around 25 minutes, which is great for Shamal. We're thinking, as you said, already have some minor injuries. They were out. And now at least you have a very good player like Faris Havdic coming back and give you 25 minutes of quality and quantity regarding points.
So we've got 4 matches in round 6, which is we're playing at the moment. This is the first match from round 6. We've got, following this match, Al Ahli, they will meet Al Wakra. Al Wakra currently sit in 3rd place with Shamal on points on 4. Shamal are in front of them. I think tonight both teams will win their matches, but it'll be next 3 weeks that'll be the most decisive as Al Shamal will face Gharafa, Al Arabi, and Al Wakra.
Yes, this is exactly according to the program. Shamal, let's not forget that they are the defending champions. And as a result, the program, which is a round-robin system, started with the teams that didn't finish in the first 2-3 positions. Now comes the hard part of the program for Shamal. And it's a test for them. We cannot say if they will win or they will lose, but it's a very strong test for them. It will affect very much, of course, the points.
Timing, I guess, although not that good, but it's better than the earlier matches because now they have some reserves on the bench. They can get some rest and relax between the matches, although it's not the top side still. Are we expecting any other players to come real soon?
For Shamal, no, because Emir Mukic, the starting center and the best player last year in the finals, in the final, he has a situation also with his back, which will keep him outside. I mean, not in the end of January. They're hoping to have him back, like in 1 month from now. So, no, not really.
Not any time soon. No, okay, so let's talk about the table. We've got Al Sadd in 5th, Qatar Sports Club, Al Ahli. Do they really have any chance of making the top
4? Which teams?
So we got Al Sadd on 5th, Al Qatar Sports Club. They've won 2 from 3, and Al Ahli 1 from 3. Now,
it's interesting because Al Sadd so far. Tomorrow they're playing Gharafa. So they will finish the group of the top teams. They lost to Arabi, they lost to Wakra, they beat Shamal. And after that comes the games that, let's say, they need to win to be in the top 4. Qatar Club, Ahli, Khor, Ahli Debit, sorry. Qatar Club, Khor and Rayan. The same goes for Qatar Club, but on the other side. Qatar Club won 2 games, the Khor Rayan games, which is, let's say, easier. Now they have to win the other game, the other, let's say, difficult games to come up. It's not very easy, if I may say, because it's in order to come back in these situations, you need to have more time to practice, to bring the players in the shape. Our league here is very demanding. It's a huge pressure. You play 2 games per week, so you don't really have a time to put some things you want to change, some systems. So, but it's very interesting because we see and Ahli, I think also Ahli, today it's a very important game for them. I don't count them totally out. Wakra is the heavy favorites. So far they won already the Qatar Cup. They play excellent. They lost 1 game to Arabi, and they look in top shape. And they are the most experienced team with Arabi and Garafa. But it will be very interesting game between these two, I think. Don't expect. Maybe it will not be like a close, cold game, but it's going to be an interesting.
It'll be interesting because both teams desperately want to win the matches. Al Wakra want to stay in the top 4, while on the other hand, Al Ahli want to keep their chances alive.
Teams like Wakra, Garafa, Arabi, and I say Shamal, they are also very practical. So if they can finish the first half of the season with 1 only defeat, it means that their chance is there. With 2-3 victories more, they're already in the final 4. So they can have a rest in the last part of rest. Like they don't have to push themselves to make a run to catch the final 4.
So
because
Rayan,
it's clear.
We spoke about the middle of the group, the top of the group. Rayan sitting on the bottom of the table, 5 losses from 5 wins. It looks like it might be 6 from 6. What could they do different that could make them, move a place or 2?
Make them at least like the Rayan that we know from the past, because we need just to inform the people, but our viewers, that Shamal has won the last 2 titles, and the previous team that has had back-to-back titles was Rayan, 2015 and 2016. After came El Jais, the Army, and El Jais. So, and then it's Shamal, Arabi, and then the 2 from Shamal. So at least Rayan need to be in the final 4. This year it looks like they don't have the time to catch the people. But
what is going wrong at Rayan?
This summer they had I think they started the rebuilding process, losing 2 players like Abdel Halim Yehia to Wakra, number 11, we'll see him after, and number 1 of Qatar Club, Aziz Abdel Kawi. And now they need to build around Miko Harats, it's number 12. And this situation always takes time, especially when you have a big gap in the generations. I mean, they have players coming from their, but it's 16, 17 years old. You cannot tell them, okay, because this is Rayan, this is the legend of Qatar basketball. This is the most winning team in the history of Qatar. They have won Asia Championship. They have won 2 times the Asian Championship. I mean, it's like a colossus. It's like
and it's sad to see them lying at the bottom of the table. I mean, it's not something that we expect from Rayan.
It's a difficult process, but I think Rayan has the experience to work on this. They can understand that rebuilding will take time. They need to add maybe some pieces since they lost 2 national team players like Yehia and Aziz. I think they'll try in the next free agent period to add some players to surround Miko Harats, because Harats, he is the person that they will build around. He is 21 years old, 22 years old. He's 2 meters 11. He's very talented. You have to build around somebody, son.
Correct. You need the foundation. He is the foundation of the club, and they need to.
And they're missing Mizo.
Mizo is injured at the moment.
Mizo, he will not play this season, as we discussed with him. He had a terrible injury, very unlucky injury. It's like you have injuries that happen, that may happen this season. Like in this court, on the first friendly game of the national team, he got a hit and he fell down very awkwardly. So his hand, he has a broken bone in the hand. And so they build around Mizo. With Mijo, you have already 2 players for the core. So my opinion, they will look to add 1 more and then support with the young guys. And next year, they will be very competitive team. It's Rayan. I mean, we all know what Rayan means for Qatar.
Of course. And not only Rayan, basketball club, but also their football club and
everything.
the
Volleyball,
handball
everything.
club, and they are a traditional club who have been part of the Qatar culture since I've ever known
Yes.
sports in Qatar.
Correct. And just only to add, because sometimes you can lose players, but if you lose a player of the caliber of Mizo Amin, which is a top player in Asia, it changed the whole perspective of it. So that's why immediately they said, okay, we don't have him this year. We're going to give more time to Miho Haracic. We're going to surround him with players to help him develop his game. Mizo will come back hopefully this year, but I believe he will come back next year to play all season. And maybe add with another player will be very helpful.
If you've just joined us, the halftime score, 50 Al Shamal, they lead Al Rayan 32. We've got a few moments left before they resume play for the third quarter. With me in the studio, of course, is the trivia expert, Tassus. Speaking of trivia, give me some trivia on Musa Abdel Halim, the number one for Rayan.
Musa Abdel Halim is one of the great basketball stories, because he and his twin brothers made a long career in high school and college in USA. His brother didn't follow the he played a little bit, I think, 1 year or two in Saudi Arabia, and he didn't continue. He returned to USA. And an interview for Musa Abdel Halim when he went out of college, because he's a devoted Muslim. He loves his religion and he practices in an excellent way. He gave an interview while he was in college and said that my dream will be to play in the Gulf and especially in Qatar, because I want to raise my family in the correct Muslim way, and I believe in Qatar. It's the perfect situation. He didn't know anything back then about Qatar. He didn't know anything about it. And some 3, 4, 5 years later, he's here for the second year. He's an excellent player.
Abdel Halim was also part of the, I think, was it the Jeddah side that played here?
He played 3-on-3. While he was in Saudi Arabia, he played on 3-on-3, and he helped them in the World Tour. They added him because he had the points needed in the ranking to help play 3-on-3. He's a basketball player. I mean, he's a real basketball player. I mean, it's good that Rayan is last year Wakra have him on the roster.
Tassus, again, it's wonderful to have you read out and thank our partners and sponsors.
First of all, this broadcast is brought to you from Qatar Basketball Federation. And we are under Qatar Olympic Committee. It's the mother of everybody. Qatar 2022, always with us and supporting. Discover Qatar. What can we say about McDonald's? Come on, say it.
Listen. McDonald's, I told you to come in and I'll have something from McDonald's.
You didn't.
You didn't come in. So
No.
I ate it.
I mean, you inhaled it.
But I'll tell you what.
You didn't know?
We're on tomorrow.
Okay.
We're on tomorrow. Come a little bit early.
Okay.
All right. And if the viewers see the bag here, they know that you've got
The problem is that if it is McDonald's, you don't eat it. You inhale the food. You just put it.
I'm
like
telling you, if you haven't had the frenzy promotion that they have, it is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted in my life. And I'm not one to promote out-of-home food.
Okay.
But geez, it's nice. I tell you what, McDonald's, thank you.
Qatar Living are doing an excellent job on the internet. Broadcast partner always is Al-Qas, the Qatar's leading sport channel, with their 7 sport channels devoted to all sports in Doha and even further. And the local print publisher, which is Al Watan newspaper. All these great people are supporting us, and we follow the same path.
We also want to thank Brazan Perfume. Have a smell of that.
It's McDonald's first time. It's difficult. But they did a great job one time. It's maybe the best shop in Doha for perfumes and everything.
They have some great perfumes if you're looking for some perfume. If you're overseas, maybe you can find them online to see what they can do for you. We wanted to remind you that it's nice to have your company again one more time. Welcome to the QBF channel. For all your basketball news, views, and reviews, you can find us on our social media platforms. And make sure that you join us, of course, that because that's what you're doing right now. www.com/QatarBF. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you won't miss any of the news, views, and reviews. Is that correct, Mr. Tassos?
Correct, and also you can log on to you can site, so you can follow live all the statistics, which is very important from our team of statisticians. Second by second, all the numbers, so you can have also an idea how the games are progressing. We are one of the few leagues around the world that you can watch all our games via YouTube, which is free. It is easy to access, and it covers a huge array of people that they want to watch a good basketball game.
Of course, and it's very entertaining, of course, when you've got someone like the Trivia King in the studio. Tassos, let's go through the matches that we played in this round and try to pick a winner. All right, so we've got today's match. I'm picking Shamal. Yourself?
Come on, it's not fair.
Come on. So it's 2 for Shamal.
Okay.
Al Wakra and Ahli. I'm picking Al Wakra.
I'll pick Al Wakra too, but it will be a very good game.
He's saying close.
Ahli is playing great basketball.
I
They
think
can
it will be
give them some run for the money.
I think it will be a thrashing to Al Wakra. Al Arabi and the Qatar Sports Club. I think this will be closer than normal, but I'm picking Arabi.
It looks close because Arabi tomorrow will play with the first time with the new American player, Kevin Murphy, which is going to be his first game, and always first games can be tricky. So, and Qatar, they need badly a big game to win because they won Rayan, they won Al-Khor, but they lost to Shamal, they lost to Garafa, they lost to Wakra.
And
yes, too.
Okay, so we're both going for Arabi there. Al-Gharafa and Al-Sad.
Garafa is heavy favorite.
Garafa are too strong.
It's too strong for Sad. We know they play great basketball. The style is excellent, it's entertaining, brings victories, but there is a level where you cannot reach where it's Garaf. But it's the first time, something very interesting. The first time these teams going to meet now. They didn't meet in the Cups. They didn't meet so far this season. It's the first time they're going to meet.
And something else is for the first time. Oh. We both agree on all 4 matches who's going to win.
Yeah.
Right? That's another first time. Well done. As we resume at the third quarter of the Qatar Basketball National League. You are watching Al Shamal running from right to left in the red, grey and blue stripes. They are up against Al Rayan, who are trailing 50-32 in the black and I think it's red and blue stripes that they've got with gold trimmings. Abdul Halim finds Arif back on after being taken off in the last quarter for his third foul.
And today you owe a nickname for number 17 for Misa Beresvili. Because Superman is serving today.
Where is Superman?
And he's serving today for his teammates. So
Nix, what are you going to call him next?
Tavario Nix. No, number 17 I say for Shamal. Beresvili, he has 23 points. With 7 3-pointers.
What are you calling him?
I do not know. Georgian missile or something? Georgian sniper maybe?
The Georgian sniper. The sniper.
Sharpshooter or something?
Sharpshooter sounds good to me. Sniper's good. 52 plays at 34. 8:42 left on the clock. And Rayan through Mejio. Easy 3-pointer.
2-pointer? He stepped on the line just...
Aragji, the Superman. Superman now. No rebound. Nix. What's Nix's history?
Nix is a very athletic power forward. Last year he was in Ukraine. He tried to make a name. He tries still to make a name of himself as a good defending player. He can now in Qatar. Qatar is helping him develop a little bit his offensive game because in Europe he was more of a defensive stopper. So he got his salaries from there, but it's a good opportunity. I think that's why he chose Qatar to play a little bit more on the offensive side and help expand his game.
Well, he's doing well for the Rayan team, but unfortunately, Rayan is not having the best of seasons to date. Aragji.
This was the first 3-pointer for Rayan in the game from Hani Arif. They were 0-13 prior to the shot there, which is strange because Musa Abdel Halim is an expert for 3 points.
Musa Abdel Halim, I see him, he's playing a different role today. He's trying to compose his team, trying to calm them down, trying to keep them under control and not to get ahead, too far ahead of themselves.
He tries to help Omer Al-Hanji, the point guard of Rayan, who is also coming back because he has been 2 years out of the game. So he also will need time to find his, let's say, way on the court. So yes, correct, very correct. Musa plays now more of a point guard rather than a shooting guard or a scorer, which is his position.
So Musa's got a lot of duties to take care of.
They chose to bring back Musa. Gani Lawal was the player, the American, the import they had prior to him, because they wanted, exactly as I said, somebody who can handle the situation as a guard, to work a little bit as a guard, to control and help the team.
Aragji loses the ball straight in the hands of Al-Kanji. Al-Kanji then loses, picks up by Nix. Nix goes himself under the rim. Finds a glass and gets it in. 52, plays at 41, 6:56 on the clock. And stolen. Abdel Halim. That just shows you the experience of the man. He stripped it out of the hands of Berejveli. Berejveli, unlike Berejveli, because he's a national player, it's not something that you see very often, but stolen, taken out of his hands like you take candy out of a baby.
Rayan did a good job sending Naragzi outside of away from the ball, so Berejveli has to take the role of bringing the ball in the front court, and then with Musa apply the pressure and stole the ball and score his 7th point. It's interesting to see how it's going to go, because again Rayan came back. Again they cut the single point digit.
We saw this last week when Shamal were playing. Their opponents, I can't remember who was it that they were played last week.
They played Al-Sad.
Al-Sad? No.
They play, which game you refer to?
Qatar Sports Club.
Qatar
when
Sports
Qatar
Club,
Sports Club had the chance to narrow the scores, and they sort of just played simple basketball, go for the twos, and just pitch their way through. But they kept going for the threes instead.
Yeah.
Now, what's the likelihood of Rayan doing the same thing? They get a little bit cocky and start going for the threes rather than play safety basketball.
Rayan is not going to get cocky because they know that they are with no victory so far. So they know that they need to crawl the way back to win games. So they will try their best, I think.
Berejveli with his own rebound.
But not with defense like this. You come in after a timeout, you cut the lead to 9 points, and you cannot defend. This is a problem for Rayan.
Abdul Alim. Mahyo off the rim. Ferris finds Aragji. Ferris, you see the agony on his face then. Obviously, he still must be feeling some pain. What was Ferris's injury?
There are two. First of all, he came back 1 month and a half ago with a surgery on the left shoulder, which kept him out for 4 months. He played with the national team. He helped a lot. But in the game against Saudi, he got a big hit and he fell down on his back. So there was a small muscle problem with the back, which kept him out for some 15 days. One good thing is Arax today is more calm.
More calmer?
It's calm. Yeah, he is calm today. So far.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't express his feeling of frustration or something.
But he always points to that left eye. He hit me on the eye. He got me in the eye. But he didn't take on the umpire this time. Left the referee alone as Musa shoots for 3-pointer. Not quite there. Aragji now. Aragji. What a freak.
Excellent effort.
Huh?
Excellent
He just
effort.
threw it.
Excellent.
He just threw it. It rolled around the edge of the rim and then... Can you believe such a shot?
It's
and
a finger
on top
roll.
of that, and on top of that, a few more bonuses might be coming up.
He used...
56
This is...
45, 5 minutes left on the clock.
was an
Tassos
American
and Rico in the house.
He uses very well the fingers to create
To roll them up.
to roll the ball more, and this is a finger roll shot, as they say in USA.
Knicks. Musa. Knicks picks up a loose ball.
And to add to what you said about the bench of Shamal, first time in 4 games, Omer Salem, their captain and oldest player, is taking a 5-minute rest. It's incredible.
He must be feeling good.
Yeah.
He must be feeling good. I don't like seeing him off. I love the way he plays. I like his style.
He teaches everybody how to play the position of the center. He was always ahead of his time. Even at his prime, he was ahead of the time of the game.
There's Veli. Comes Faris. Faris goes himself. Tries a top spin off the fingers. Regathers. To Amar. Aragji. He finds Amar standing there. Amar says, whoa. I'll take that. Amar Hamid, of course, we're talking about, the number 1.
It's a good foul from Rayan. He's a 60% free throw shooter, so let's see if he can make this 1.2 free throws per effort.
No mistake about the first one. 58 plays 48.
Usually they say the first one is a difficult one, but you never know.
The pressure's on the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, just as easy. 59 plays at 48.
Omar has a very good season so far.
He has. He's been very impressive.
Han is also having a great season.
Han is playing sensational for his team. It's a shame he doesn't have more support around him. The best support is to get in from Omar and Mehia.
Everybody tries to cover from Mizo, which is impossible to do, but at least they see something going on as Rayan. Han is a young kid. He's 23 years old. Mijo is 22. Mizo is also in his prime, 29 years old. So when everybody will be healthy, I don't know if they will catch this year, but this is a team that will be interesting.
Nix gets a bump on his nose. Referee says no foul play. Accidental bump. That's Bereshvili. 60 plays at 51. This is, I think, the closest they have been.
Yes, 8 points is the smallest difference, let's say. From
10-point difference. Shamal in the red and white. Lead Rayan in the black and gold trimmings. And it's there. Mehia had turned his back. He sucked in the defense. And
it's Mijo. Why? Mijo.
Mijo in Greek.
No, it's in Bosnia. Bosniak. Mijo Haracic.
So if you
Don't tell me Harakik.
If you want to say Mijo.
Mijo, man.
Mijo. No problem. I can say Mijo.
Coach Rasad of Rayan, they do a good job in the second half controlling the tempo of the game. They go inside where they have the strength. Mijo with 19 points. And they do a really good job of controlling the tempo. That's why they cut the lead to 7.
Aragji trying to suck the defense out and then taking them back on the inside. But Abdel Musa is awake to him. Musa not letting go, but then he's not happy with that.
This is exactly why he's a top-level player. He sees the defense, he steps back, makes a hesitation move, attacks again. Defense still there, he retreats, and this is the experience of the other team. He knows that they're not experienced enough to continue defending. They think that Araxi was done. He would not try again.
Yeah.
So the third time, he saw the opening, he attacked, 2 free throws.
So Araxi comes off better in that situation as Musa trying to make up for that last foul. He finds Nix. Nix tries to push his way through with a jump shot off the steal. Back into the hands of Araxi. Took me 4 matches before we got Araxi's name right.
We are together. We are a team. We are a team. Yes, it took us 4 matches.
4 matches, but we're finally there. Miho, we got it the first time, yeah?
No, after 30 minutes.
You told me one, after 30 minutes. Omar finds Musa. Musa knocked over. Araxi, look at this. He's got nobody home. It should be an easy goal. 63, he plays at 54. 1:55 left in the third quarter. Omar, Musa for Rayan. Musa looking for his support. Back to Omar. Miho. Hani goes himself, couldn't make it. Thrown over the head by Araxi. He finds Salim. Salim finds Araxi again. Giving instructions to Omar. Get under the rim. I'm taking a shot. And it's in. Don't worry about being under the rim.
No, Araxi was right because he wanted Omar to cut inside the basket. It was an easy layup if he did this. But it's an easy 3 also. So
Araxi is looking for the options, telling his players, listen, give me a second option. Pull away the defense from me. Let me shoot. You stay underneath.
Yeah.
You can get the rebound. But there was no need for it that time as the score changes at 68-54. 1 minute left on the clock in the third quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League between Shamal and Rayan.
now it's a very interesting call from our FIBA referee, Saif Al-Dosari. It's a 1 foul for Amara, number 15, and 1 foul for Miho, number 12. But now we need to see which foul came first because there is a new rule. Prior to 2 years ago, the rule was like you can have a double foul. Now you cannot have. 1 foul came first, the other foul came second. So now they need to
ascertain which foul was first.
Correct.
So they've gone to the video referee.
And foul, because if it is first the offensive foul, for example, then there are no free throws. It's already no free throws for it's done. But it's first the defensive foul. You need to shoot free throws and then go to the other court. It's a little tricky this rule because now they're gonna watch with.
They've gone over to Peter Sudek.
Peter Sudek.
Sudek.
Yeah. They go there and they need to.
Let's see what Peter Sudek.
Excellent decision from Saif Al-Dosari to check exactly what happened, who did the foul, who committed the foul first, so he will apply the according penalty.
I'm wondering if Peter's got if he's got Wi-Fi. So we're looking at the point scorers for Al Shamal. Wael is on 22. Is closely followed by Bereshvili, the number 17.
But Araxi has 12 points in this quarter. Bereshvili has 4.
4 points.
It changed a little bit the way they play.
I think Araxi sees the urgency now because they were within 10 points.
No, I think more it changed the defense of Rayan. Rayan was focused on Araxi, so had the double team past the open 3. Defense now comes to Bereshvili. He has the one-on-one to go inside.
At Rayan, their top point scorers, number 12, Miho. He's got 19. He's closely followed by the number 17, Taviron Nix is on 16. As they resume with 56 seconds left on the clock in the third quarter, Arakji takes on the defense, slips it up, goes for a rebound, couldn't quite make it. Here comes Omar. And a rejection. I haven't received a rejection like that since last time I went out. Oh, a rejection and a three-pointer. Can you believe it? Dramatic play by the Al Shamal club as they extend the lead 71-54. 23 seconds left on the clock. Musa now with the ball, slowing things down. He doesn't have time. They're trying to make some fouls at Musa. Hani. And they left Hani because Hani is a dynamite with his three-pointers tonight. Arakji tries to reply, hits the rim. And that is a well-earned breather for both teams and for us here in the commentary box. 71 plays 57 at the end of the third quarter.
And as we always say, Sam, and you know very well, basketball is a game of moments and details. It was 54-63 when Rayan had the ball and the easy open three-point shot on the hands of their best shooter, Musa. He missed a three-pointer, and then came 8-0 run from Shamal. If they made this three-pointer, they would cut the lead to 6, and it's a different ball game.
Correct. The confidence
would have changed. This is a game of moments. You cannot blame somebody.
This is moments and seconds, as we have seen time and time again throughout the league and other championships as well. You certainly can't go to sleep on any club at the moment in the National League. Another opportunity to thank our wonderful sponsors and partners, the Qatar Basketball Federation, for their excellent coverage of the National League. We want to thank the Qatar Olympic Committee, Qatar 2022, Discover Qatar, helping us with the international, bringing in the international teams and players and putting them in the right places, keeping them in their bubble.
They have the transportation and the whole accommodation packages, and their success was because of their help.
Thanks to McDonald's as well.
No, not for my part. You ate everything, so I cannot say.
Tomorrow will be early, and I'll give it to you.
They have quality, now they need to prove that they have quantity also, because
I will show you tomorrow.
Okay.
Qatar Living, the broadcast partner Al-Kas, we want to thank them as well, our local publisher Al-Watan newspaper. We also want to mention that we've got the Summer Games. Someone just walking between.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
He had, that's why people always go the difficult way. He had the whole court to go. But he chose to go inside the small corridor.
Everybody wants to be on TV.
Yeah, everybody
wants their 5 minutes of fame.
The 50 milliseconds of fame, like Andy Warhol used to say.
So we got the Qatar Olympic Beach Games on this weekend. Basketball starts on the 25th, which is Christmas Day. You're not going to get a better present than that if you live in Qatar.
NBA and Qatar are playing basketball on 25th of December.
Where are they playing it?
In the NBA, they play basketball.
Well, there you go. So why not in Qatar?
In Qatar, they play in the Qatar Beach Games in Aspire. The 3-on-3 tournament for men will begin on 25th, which is very good for...
12 teams for the men and 8 teams for the ladies that will run until the 1st of January. As we resume the final quarter between Rayan and the Al Shamal club. Ball loose, picked up by Musa. Musa finds Nix. Nix trying to find the hoop, but not so. Arakji pushes his way through. And yes.
As you said, you said it. Yeah. You said it. You called it.
And he's been pinned for pushing the defense.
And it's an excellent call from Bander, also a very good referee. Because it's a difference. Usually all the guards are going to use their hand to make a separation, a small separation move. But there is a difference to make a separation and take somebody out of his position like happened with Farax and Omar Al-Hanji.
So I think to my mind, the two best players are for the Rayan, Hani and Omar. Not the tallest guys, but the most effective so far. Musa having a great hand, but he's got a ton of responsibility. I think he's not playing to his potential because of the responsibilities that they've thrown on him during this match. 71-57. The final quarter. Omar waiting underneath.
This is what Araxi told him in the 2-3 minutes ago. You need to cut to the basket. We will find you inside. And
look for the options. Inside. Give the options. Omar. Hani shakes. Loses the ball. Referee says no.
We're discussing about heights. Omar Al-Hanji is not the tallest player on the court. He is the shortest.
But he's got the
his heart is the tallest and the biggest one. The way he came back after a big injury, the way he tries to fight and return to the highest level, for me, hats off to him. And for Hani, who tries to cover from the best player, one of the best players in history of Rayan, Mizo Amin. And he does his best the last 2 years. Every game, he's becoming better.
Araxi runs away with a loose ball from around the back. He swings and a rejection. A slammed rejection by Nix. Nix is on fire. He hated that rejection and he retaliates with a slam dunk. Don't you just love that? Don't you love seeing that sort of action here at the Arafa Sports Club?
That's top-level basketball. Defense turning to offense. This is
he
what
got rejected down the other end. He got fired up. He didn't like the rejection. He rejected one himself and finds himself hanging off the hoop, slamming 2 in.
This is what he did in Europe and got his a solid name in Europe.
I mean, why can't he be like that the whole match? If he played like that the whole match, they would be in front.
Shamal is very smart team to allow him to execute plays like those.
75 plays at 59 at Rayan through Hani to Omar to Nix. Nix is on fire. Nix knows that his team, they need a win. Omar, Hani shakes, dummies, looks for support, not quite there in Musa. Musa was covered. Ferris drives away at the 2 points instead.
You put it correctly before. Musa Abdelhalim was one who was controlling the game for Rayan. He was making the correct choices to cut the lead. The last from the start of the fourth quarter, it's not the story like this. The ball is not going to his hands, and as a result, you don't have a lot of points or you don't have a lot of good plays.
And frustration is starting to set in the Rayan club as they start to make some minor silly mistakes that they would normally not make. Arakhji. Bereshveli's been great tonight. 30 points for Bereshveli. Next, he finds Hani for the 3 points. Off the edge. Arakhji, nobody home if you can get there quick enough. Works back inside. The way he dodged him in, he found the gap. And he finds another 2 points. 79, plays 59, 20. The difference between...
So smart. He saw that Hani will not foul him because Hani has already 4 fouls. He attacked him and finished the whole situation. Very smart. This is why he's one of the top players in Asia, well, Alex.
So
he sees what the defense will give him. He goes there.
He's got great vision. That's for sure. He's on 24 points. He's second behind Bereshveli, who's on 30. Bereshveli, I think, has scored a couple of more 3-pointers this game than he's done so before.
He was 7 out of 9 in the first half.
Kassar can take control of the ball.
I think we have a timeout from Rayan. The first timeout in the second half.
79 plays at 61. Al-Shamal over the...
We can say the points if you want.
What have we got there?
I have the points.
You have the point. Let's go. Go through the points. Why not?
Let's say for Shamal, who is up now with 18 points. First of all, Omer, number 1, he has 2 points. Well, Arakhji, 26 points. He has 6 rebounds, 5 assists, also 5 turnovers. But he's shooting with 56%, which is great for a guard. And he has he has 7 free throws. Faris Avdic with 9 points. Very good second game after his injury. Amara with 7 points. Berisvili with 30 points, 8 out of 11 3-pointers, and Kosar with 5 points, the 6 players that they have played so far for Al Shamal, for Coach Hassan Hossad, for Rayan. We have Musa Abdelhalim 7 points, 0 3-pointers, 4 points for Omar Alhanzi, 19 for Micho Harasic, go with 9 rebounds. Tavario Nix 18 points with 10 rebounds. Hani with 13 points. This is the score for Rayan.
So the score 79-61. The scoreboard. So we look at, I think Berejveli's got the highest percentage scoring rate at the moment. It's the first time I think I've seen anybody on the Shamal team overtake Arakji.
But this was the decision also for Arakji to give the ball to Berejvili in the first half when he saw the defense collapsing on him. That's a point guard, playmaker play.
Hani finds Miho. A layup. Nice and easy. 79, plays 63, 5:26 left on the clock. Araji finds Salem. Berejveli. Ferris. A lot of congestion underneath, but he manages the rebound as well. 81-63, 5:09 left on the clock. Nix. Musa. Miho will use his height, his stretch.
Nice
twist
move.
And a turn.
Nice move.
Not anybody can put it over Salim, but he did that time.
He is his predecessor on the national team. Amara held the position of the starting center. Maybe Micho in 1 year will be the starting center.
Could be.
So why not?
Could be. Salim intercepted by Musa. And a foul against Omar Salim. Musa with an opportunity to add some points to the Rayan scoreboard. 81-65, 4:32 left on the clock in the final quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. Not quite there. The first one, like we said before, is the hardest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The pressure's on.
Always a difficult one.
And generally the second
one out of 4 today. For Musa, it's his strength. He's a 78% free throw shooter.
So Musa unsuccessful with both shots. Hani. And a foul against Ferris. Hani. Musa goes himself. Not quite. And
Great
he
defense
rebounds.
from Kosar, but
Rebounds his own shot. 81-67, 4:13 left on the clock. Arakji is he's got that look. He's got the stance. He's going in. Nobody there.
Omar tried to position himself for offensive foul, but you see the quickness of Arakji. He didn't have the time to put himself in the correct position.
Hani dummies, gives it to Nix. Nix waiting underneath her. Makes sure of it. 83-69, 3:42 left on the clock. Araji. Bring that out. Omar back to Araji. Back to Omar. Omar shakes. Goes himself.
This is one part of the game that everybody's expecting Micho he also by himself, to evolve the defensive stance.
Yeah.
He's 2'11", so if he takes the correct position on time, he doesn't have to turn his back or to run or to cut somebody. And this is the next step of his game. The moment he will insert this defensive awareness, he is a player that he has a huge upside. Like Emir Mujkic, who's on the bench, he's already played with the national team.
Amar Hamad go for the second. Hamid! 85-69. Amar Hamad posts his 2 points, extending his team's lead. Now finds himself in defense. Couldn't do anything about that. 85-71. Berishvili. Now the defensive pattern for the Rayan club has changed. The ball dropped back as Nix finds Hani. Hani comes up short. Berishvili with an acting role there. He did get pulled back, but the pull wasn't that strong.
Correct.
So in basketball, like football and all the other sports, we do have Academy Awards. So Berishvili finds himself on the other side of the court.
And excellent
Attacking
management
instead of
from the coach of Shamal. You see, the first chance he has, he takes Faris Avdic out. He doesn't want him to play 3 more minutes at the end of the game. No need to push him more like he did with Amara prior. He will try to manage this at least the 3 out of 5 players. He will try to manage them 4 out of.
So Sultan Muftah has come on, the number 12. .252 left on the clock. 86 plays at 71. Arakji. Kossar. A nice lobbing shot. Muftah, his first shot at the basket, unsuccessful. Hamad for Rayan, also a new replacement. So replacements on both sides. Arakji. Musa being defected by Omar. Referee says that play on. Now Musa. Musa find Nix, a nice stretch at Nix. And it's there. 88 plays at 73. 154 left on the clock. Arakji.
Why Rayan, sorry, something dropped. They are champions. Even now, they still fight. They still complain for the bad defense that they make. They still try to talk to each other to make the correct play. This is how you win titles.
Musa. Arakji was stripped of the ball. And Musa now. Opportunity to add some more points. Narrow that score. All too little, too late, but
problem for Rayan is always the defense this year so far. Again, a 90-point game on their defense. It's not acceptable for a team like Rayan that doesn't have the options in the offense to follow a 90-point game.
Musa, first one unsuccessful. Let's see the second shot. And it's there this time. A bit more confidence for Musa and the Rayan team. 88 plays 74, 137 left on the clock. The fourth quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. With you is Samuel Rico, and Tassus is also in the house as Shamal make another replacement. The number 20, Isa Emmanuel, has come on. Isa Emmanuel, he looks like he's 15.
Yeah, they bring players from the under 17 national team, from Shabab or Nassim.
So we've got Isa and Muftah from the junior side.
No, Muftah, no, he's not.
Muftah, not
Isa
someone.
Both teams are emptying their benches.
So wholesome changes, I should say.
Yeah,
wholesome changes to both teams.
It's a chance now to give to the young kids.
The game is dead and gone, so
it's
give everybody a chance. Give them the experience. Nix unsuccessful with his first shot. Second one, no worries. 88, plays at 75. Qassar comes away with it. Finds Omar. Omar to Muftah. Muftah. Back to Berishvili. Berishvili now taking the lead as Aragji has taken a seat on the bench. Sad for Rayan finds Nix from the rebound. Nix. Saud, number 4. Abdullah, 15. And it's the young kids now having fun, throwing the ball around.
First time for Aragzi to sit down in a game. After in his 5th game, it's his first rest.
He finally
will
gets
be
a
1
rest.
minute and 23 seconds. So, but they did a very good job.
Abdullah Ahmad gets his first points of the match for Rayan. The number 15, Berishvili. Qassar finds Muftah. Muftah finds Berishvili outside. Back to Qassar. Omar goes himself. A nice flick. 90 plays 76. Next now. And a nice spin. Unlucky for the number 22, Rashid Abdullah.
And that was the last action of the game.
6 seconds left on the clock. 90 plays at 76. And that's the final hooter. Al-Shamal victorious over the Rayan club, 90-76. An exciting match, although be it was one-sided all the way. Tasus, I thank you for your company. We thank you wherever you may be for your company. We hope you can join us. We've got Al-Wakra and Al-Ahli coming up next. Another exciting match. Please do stay with us on the QBF channel, as we'd love to have your company one more time.
Thanks for having me. Gonna watch a very good game also. Wakra.
Over.